Don't give up before the getting gets good. The call home from God is not the only call you're going to receive from Him while you're on this earth. In fact, we receive many of these calls, but because of our current circumstances, our shame, our insecurities, and the judgment of other people, we feel like there's no way God will ever want to hit our line for anything. And because we think He's not calling, our phone is basically on mute. We feel like there's nothing we have to offer that's going to be good enough for Him. There's people out here who already don't like us, don't like the things that we say, the things that we do, and just who we are in general. And to be honest, we know that we've done some terrible things. But you know what? What we think about it really does not matter. What God sees in you, you just can't see it right now. But there's something in you that's worth using. You ever heard of the story of how all the invisible things became visible? I'm going to tell it to you. So, before God could even get started with the 6-day creation story that we all know right now today, there was a time where there was nothing, right? Nothing for us to see, at least. Nothing for us to exist on or anything like that. So what God did was He commanded one of the invisible things to descend before Him visibly. And down came a Doyle right before God. And God took one look at a Doyle and saw this great light hidden in his belly. And God said, Adoyle, disintegrate and let what is born from you become visible. And He did just that. And from Adoyle was the great light for us to see everything. And this is not to be confused with the sun. In fact, this was the foundation for the sun, the stars, the moon, the water, and the earth that we walk on to exist and to be seen. This was the foundation for everything, and without it, we would see and know of nothing. The reason why I'm telling you this is because there is something so bright and bigger than you can even imagine inside of you that God wants to use because the world needs it. But you don't even know it because you can't see what God sees, and also where you are and what you've been through has just been so dark. All it took was for God to take one look at Adoyle, to see the light in him, to see the greatness in him, and tell him how to use it. God has already seen you, and God already knows the greatness inside of you, and He knows exactly how you should use it. But you know what you got to do? You got to get in front of Him, and you got to ask Him to show you what He sees. Ask Him to use you the way that He sees fit. Because the rest of the world may have used you and discarded you like a piece of trash, but at least you know that God is going to use you for the greater good. You may not like every detail about your story, but you know what? In the best movies out there, the most gut-wrenching and heartbreaking scenes that lead to triumph are the scenes that actually get these movies the awards. And it's because more people than you can ever imagine connect with the worst parts of these stories, and they also want to be triumphant. So my message to you is, don't quit. Don't go through with that suicide plan, and don't go back to the addictions that make you feel low again. We need you. We need you to live to tell the tale. This is the hero's journey.